I got to tell you, I had expected better. Whew. We're going to give everybody just a minute to jump on. Oh, man. What a game. It's a great game. Really enjoyed that. Woo, has anybody seen them leprechauns? Woo, they gone. That's an embarrassment right there. That is an embarrassment. Don't be, listen, showed up, ran your mouth before you got there. Got run, slam out of the building. What's going on, Trenches? Hey, man, look. Hey, Trenches, who won that game? Me and him was going back and forth earlier in the live show about Notre Dame and Clemson, who was going to win this game. And I got to admit, Notre Dame, when they first came out, that first drive or two, they looked really good. But then after that, it was all Clemson. And that kind of goes back to what I was talking about, how Clemson was hit the thumbs up, guys. How Clemson was going to be much different with Trevor Lawrence back there, and they were. Travis Etienne was running up and down the field. Looked like the Clemson of old. Very impressive. Very happy to see that. Now it looks like we may actually have a game. A national championship game might be a close game. If you are watching this and you think that any other team besides Clemson and Alabama are the two best in the country, there's something wrong with you. After watching Ohio State's performance today, no, they're clearly not on the level of Clemson. They're certainly not on the level of Alabama. Texas A&M deserves a shot. I feel like Texas A&M does deserve a shot because they had a really tough schedule and they only lost one game. So I would actually be okay watching Alabama play Texas A&M again. But yeah, they only dropped Florida in one spot. They're gonna drop a lot more after tonight. So yeah, it's off to Clemson coming out there, making up their mind that they're going to play. Making up mind that they're going to do what needs to be done and just going out there and doing it. Maybe Georgia could take notes. I don't know. But, yeah, very impressive performance. Clemson was unstoppable. I know they didn't hang 100 points on the board, and that's fine. But, I mean, anytime you beat a team by 24 points, that's a blowout. And they looked good doing it. Trevor Lawrence made some plays that I didn't think he could make still, and he's still out there making them. He was breaking tackles when he's running the ball. He's tall. He's clearly worked on his leg strength. Very impressive. But, man, 34-10. What are y'all doing over there in Notre Dame? Oh, yeah, I know. Sucking in the postseason as usual. Golly. Listen, Notre Dame. From a Georgia fan, we told you. See, the biggest reason that I'm glad that y'all lost this game was because we've been telling you for years, the reason that you didn't want to get in a conference is because you would get your you-know-what handed to you. And guess what? In the year that you had the best team that you have had in probably 20 years, with the best quarterback you've had in 20 years, you couldn't beat Clemson. You couldn't. And this proves my point. This is why Notre Dame should not be able to get into a college football playoff without playing in a championship game. This is the reason right here. Because we already know what's going to happen in the postseason when you show up in a college football playoff game and get absolutely manhandled. But thank you for doing it now rather than taking up a spot in the college football playoff, because it's very clear now Notre Dame doesn't belong there at all. So I'm fine with it. Hats off to Ian Book. He had a great night. Brent Venables came to that game with a game plan. I did hate seeing Clemson lose one of their best defensive guys on a targeting call. Listen, Clemson fan, that's targeting. I'm sorry, but it is. You can get mad about it. I don't have a dog in this fight. I couldn't have a dog in this fight if I wanted to. But that was targeting. It was forcible contact to the head or neck area. No, he didn't launch to a defenseless player, but you don't have to launch. Just forcible contact to the head or neck area to a defensible player is targeting. Sorry. I'm visiting a local hospital. More on that later. What's going on, Ballard? They should not get in. They got royally embarrassed. And I don't mean by a little. I mean by a lot. Like, listen, it's not even close. I mean, basically what you're saying is if that game would have been closer, I'd have been like, all right, you know, I don't necessarily like it, but I can understand the point of view. You got blown out. You got a trash touchdown late in the fourth quarter, and it was trash. No, sorry. Between the Trenches said thumbs up, y'all, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Trenches. Notre Dame was outclassed, outgunned, out-talented, out-coached, outplayed, however you want to say it, destroyed. I said 52-17, Tiger, is what I said for the Bama-Florida game. That's going to be a whooping, believe it. I can't believe people picked Notre Dame. He said, by people, do you mean you? Hey, man, we all get them wrong from time to time. You got Oregon right, though. I missed that one. I never saw that one coming, so you got that one right over me. But I enjoyed watching that game. I felt like Notre Dame was out there playing their tails off the whole time. I felt like Clemson was out there playing their tails off the whole time. The game, Clemson came with a balanced game. It looked very much Dwayne RTR says Devontae Smith told him he was going to double tie his shoes tonight. One just barely tied, and then let's see how many shoes they throw tonight. What's the over/under on throwing shoes tonight? 3? Oh man. So listen, very balanced offense from Clemson. They did a great job tonight. Absolutely demolished, destroyed, humiliated, embarrassed, wrecked Notre Dame. Notre Dame is going to go back to the pot of gold outhouse that they have, and with their tails between their legs, and they're going to beg to get into the college football playoff. And I personally feel, after you make the comment, well, if family members can't play, we just might boycott. Listen, you might not be going anyway. They might solve that problem for you. So I thought Trevor Lawrence looked good tonight. I thought he made some good passes. There was a couple of times I thought were questionable. The interception I didn't really feel like was totally his fault, but I can understand him trying to be competitive. It happens. I mean, that's just football. I was a little surprised that both teams missed field goals early on, but I mean, that game could have been 37 to 13 or something. I mean, just a blowout game. Yeah, he's an excellent QB. He really is. And where's he from, by the way, Trenches? Does anybody know where Trevor Lawrence is from? Simpset Bobo says, or Bobo says, sup, big dog. The first 3 drives, Notre Dame only scored 3 points and was on Clemson's side of the ball.